Hello and welcome back. This is Hurler USA, continuing my playthrough as King Yevstafiy of Ruthenia. Looks like I'm currently fighting a war against this fellow with the white, red, and yellow flag. Looks like he has a pretty small army, so I'm assuming this is just a small vassal revolt. Looks like I've decided to see if anyone would wish to join my war anyways. This might just be me checking to see how friendly my allies are, to see if any of them might actually ever be interested in joining a war. Generally, I find that I'm allied with a lot of people, and none of them ever want to help me out, but they all expect me to help them. Well, I guess that's how it goes. I guess if they don't want to help, that's their problem. Alright, so there you can see a picture of me, King Yevstafiy II, the Wise of Ruthenia. And there's my daughter, Princess Pridania of Ruthenia, who apparently can't marry anyone. Interesting. Why is that? Oh, because she's a nun. I see. That makes sense then. I guess she won't be getting married. Looks like my one of my sons is not married. Yaroslav, Prince Yaroslav of Ruthenia, is not married to anyone. So he could marry, looks like a couple people here. Looks like he's of age and all these people here are pretty young. He could marry a 14-year-old French girl, 18-year-old Scottish girl, 17-year-old. Can't really read it. Looks like I'm looking at this 15-year-old Hungarian. Now I'm looking at French, Hungarian, French. This French girl here holds a couple of claims. Can marry this Polish girl. Can marry this Breton girl. I can't really read it. That's the one problem I have. I use hit film when I watch the movie and I record my audio. The one problem is I can't zoom it all the way out, so it's hard to see on my little tiny computer screen. I need to definitely buy a bigger one someday. It's taking, I gotta save up some money though. Take some time. Looks like now I'm looking at Countess of Abruj, who's Hungarian. Looking at this Greek girl now. She might be a good option because she's actually Orthodox, which is a rare thing around these parts. Seems like almost everyone is Catholic anymore in the game. Not that there's anything wrong with being Catholic, but in this particular game I'm Orthodox, so I'm looking for Orthodox, trying to spread the Orthodox faith. And really, it's kind of an interesting, I don't know, little split between the two. I guess one of the things I could potentially do is try to mend the schism eventually between Catholicism and Orthodoxy. It seems like it's kind of a tall order, though. You have to control a bunch of fairly important holy sites, and then you potentially can get the two churches to come back together. Basically, you would pick one of them to be dominant, either Catholic or Orthodoxy, and then the other one actually becomes a heresy, apparently. So it looks like I've decided to marry this Vesseloslavos Vizplata Paka or something. Really had a tough time with that name. It looked pretty long and complicated. And looks like my war's still kind of going on over here. Guess that whole time I was paused, but now I'm getting my troops in line here. Hopefully we'll go crush this little revolt soon. It shouldn't be very hard. Just it always takes a while to get all the men formed up and ready to go. Too long. Not exactly sure what map view I'm in here. It's kind of interesting. The only thing I was revolt risk, I guess. Alright, looks like some guy thinks he'd be a better steward than my current one. And looks like it's this guy who thinks he'd be better. He is kind of good, but this other guy's a high chief, so I think I'm going to lead towards giving Nikita a shot. And I can make this guy angry. Just tell him to give that guy a chance, which is probably the better way to go. I don't want to make my high chieftain angry. He might decide that he no longer wishes me to rule him, and he might come after me. With his army, maybe he has some friends. That's never good. So it looks like I've decided not to wait for all my troops. But the bulk of them have formed up, and I'm now sending them directly against this guy in the second revolt against King Yevstafiy the Wise. I mean, based on my nickname, you'd think they'd be smart enough not to revolt. I'm wise. I mean, I'm the right guy to follow. It's like right now my son is my heir, so that's a good thing. Work has become boring and the hours on the day drag on. For sure. I hear you, King Yevstafiy. I hear you. Sometimes work is fun, though. But I'm sure ruling a kingdom gets boring. Even from time to time, I find the game a little boring. It looks like now that it's a little... Must be I just had a birthday or something. You can now see that King Yevstafiy now has a gray head of hair and a gray beard. Alright, looks like I crushed those guys, so I bumped up in war score quite a bit. All the way up to 41%, so now I'm going to siege down Sugrov, and that should pretty much end the war, I would think. It shouldn't take too much longer, although I'm only playing at 2 speeds. Oh, it looks like a little army formed up, but no problem. I crushed them immediately, an extra 4.6 war score because of that, so that's great. Alright, now we're sieging down. I got 7,000 men. He has 464 defenders. So this siege should go pretty quickly. Assuming, of course, I unpause the game. Am I going to do that? Yep, eventually I did unpause the game. It did take me a little bit of time, so I cut that out for you. So thank you very much. Looks like the siege is already going relatively well, maybe down 20%, maybe 75% already, so that's pretty good. Should be over with pretty soon. Looks like, I don't know what I'm looking at there. Looking at something down here in the Middle East, apparently, too. Get this English place. Grand Master Pierre of the Knights Templar. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Looks like my computer was having a little bit of an issue there, though. King Arnold II, the Great of England. He has 19,000 men, so he could probably kick my butt. Yeah, I only have 11,000 men, so it'd be not a great idea. Well, I guess there's one advantage, though. His men are way over there in England, and my men are right here in Ruthenia. So I guess there is a chance I could fight someone like the King of England. He would have to ship all his men over here. I guess there's a chance that would work out fine. Looks like we're going to offer this guy a peace. Looks like he's in jail now. And I'll send all my men home, so I no longer have to wait for him. I only have 32 gold, so ideally I'd stop fighting a whole bunch of wars right now. Let's see what I can do with this prisoner. Looks like there he is. Looks like he must not have enough money. Otherwise, I think the ransom thing would be there. So I can banish him and I can get his 3.2 gold. I can, maybe I should have checked into that a little bit. Usually when you banish people, you, I thought I already did that, but maybe not. So I can revoke his title. Am I going to do that? Must have 50 prestige, which I do. Must be my direct vassal. He's a pain. Alright, so now my demesne is too big because I now own Sugrov. Does that say barony? Interesting. So maybe I'm going to give this to somebody right away. Am I going to give it to, let's see, any religion, my culture, ruler, no, gender, men. So I could give it to this Russian guy here. Sort by stewardship. Give it to this other Russian, age 38, grant-landed title, County of Sugrov. There you go. You are now my vassal. So, you are actually a distant kin of mine, it looks like. To look at our relationship, ideally. Looks like I'm currently your heir, so that's not a terrible thing. If you were to die without a child, then I would inherit it back, and maybe by that time my demesne limit will be higher and I could keep it, or I could give it out to somebody and make them very happy. Because giving out land makes people very happy. Looks like I can push a bunch of claims against this dude in Belisario. I've got this kinsman I can push it for, which might not be bad. Chief, looks like Constantinus of Ladaga. I can push the claim for him. Since he's my kin, he should become my vassal. And trying to figure out what's going on here. Am I in one of my indefinite pauses again? Seems like I might be. Alright, well, since the war just ended and I gave out my titles, etc., and we're approaching the 15-minute mark anyways, which is apparently a good amount of time usually for a Let's Play, this is probably a good time to call it a video. Thank you all for watching. This has been Hurler USA. If you liked it, please like and subscribe.